Next question, again from the audience. Will you approve NFA paperwork, i.e. ATF Form 1s and 4s, for things like suppressors? Rick?
Actually, could you repeat the question? The first part was kind of muffled.
No, sir, it might have been me. Will you approve NFA paperwork, i.e. ATF Form 1s and 4s, for things like suppressors?
Yes.
Does that make sense, Mike? Wayne?
I'm having some difficulty here too. For some reason, you're booming off of that mic, and it's just really...
No sweat, let me back it up. Will you approve NFA paperwork, ATF Form 1s and 4s, and things like suppressors?
Sure, and I do, on a regular basis. You have to understand that the process there is that our approval is really a rubber stamp. When they turn that paperwork in, that is ATF paperwork. It's completely up to ATF to make that decision whether or not that person has a criminal background, whether or not that's something that they have the right to own. What we do is we're basically saying that we don't have any knowledge that that person is going to use that device in a criminal manner. And if we don't answer it properly, and they do, we had no way of knowing. It even states on the form that we're not held liable for our answer. So, you know, to me, it's kind of like, it just really doesn't matter one way or another.
Thank you.
Well, it's the National Firearms Act paperwork. What it is, it's a form that ATF requires that anybody that has a Class 3 stamp, one that allows them to own privately weaponry or devices that have been deemed illegal by the government. And if so, then a person that is applying for this has to fill out an application for them, and it has to get the chief law enforcement signature in order to go to ATF. And like I said, more or less that signature is a rubber stamp.
All right. Thank you. Richie?
I would support it, even though we don't have much say in it. I would still support it. I believe that any law-abiding citizen should be able to have that kind of stuff if they want to use it and participate in the enjoyment of it. So I would support it.
Okay. I've got a question here. It's from the audience. Can you guys hear okay? Am I holding the mic all right? Bear with us. Management of our personal lives often translate greatly to the management of professional careers. What would you say is your most significant personal management trait, and how is it reflected in your professional life? Wayne?
I'd have to say honesty, integrity. You know, I have a thing that I tell my employees, and I have ever since the day I took office. I tell them anybody can make a mistake, but what I will not put up with is lying about it. An officer who lies, any employee who lies within law enforcement, has taken away all public trust. It doesn't just take away public trust from them, but from the whole office. And to me, that's something that I've lived by in my personal life. I certainly live by it in my professional life.
Thank you. Richie?
I guess Wayne's answer wasn't exactly what I thought on the question. Could you read the question again, please?
Kill it.
Should I just let one go right over the top and not answer?
No, I think it's fine.
It's just, who wrote it was thinking as they were writing, so it's kind of management of our personal lives often translates greatly to the management of our professional careers. What would you say is the most significant personal management trait and is your correction? What would you say is your most significant personal management trait, and how is it reflected in your professional life?
All right, I kind of have the same ideas Wayne does as far as things like that, honesty and integrity and common sense and things like that that are important that actually make a good officer. That's it.
Thank you. I love short answers.
Yeah.
No.
Should have told me.
Well, I'll do my best to disappoint you. No, just kidding. I would say honesty and integrity, but I would also throw in accountability and transparency. By that, Wayne stated the honesty and integrity outstanding as far as I'm concerned. You live your life, like you say, you make a mistake, take responsibility for it, take accountability for it. You know, with every right, with every part of our lives, you know, every right does have and carry a certain level of responsibility. Take that responsibility. If you want to, you know, if you want to know questions rather than make up rumors or listen to the rumors, ask me. I'll tell you. I may not go fly a banner across the sky and tell you all my dirty laundry, but if there's something that you're curious about, ask me.
Thank you. Next question. Turnover is said to be a critical factor in the Sheriff's Department. How can Latah County better retain or train deputies? Richie.
I think that if you treat deputies equally and maybe you don't have favorites, maybe that helps. Let everybody be involved and everybody play a part, and that way they feel like they're all welcome there, and then they'll do a better job.
Thank you. Rick?
Well, there's several parts that go in there. I do believe that training is definitely a part of it. I believe that recruiting people that truly want to make a commitment to stand in the area working on the police. You know, there's no question, I think, with anybody here that Latah County Sheriff's Office is not able to pay the wages that some of the areas are. The trade-off with that is that we live in a wonderful, wonderful area. But I think part of that is getting a true commitment up front with that. And looking, you know, for ties, trying, you know, to evaluate the person and where they want to be.
Thank you. Wayne?
Yeah, you know, I don't think anything that's been said here yet is any big revelation, quite frankly. We're aware of management techniques, we're aware of personnel retention techniques, we're aware of how to properly test, we're aware of how to treat people right. I think I have an office that is predominantly very, very positive, one where they like where they work. And the biggest problem by far and away, because you did ask for the biggest problem, is wages. It's very difficult to keep people if they can't make a living. And if they go down the road, half a mile down the hill, they can make an average of $15 an hour, or $5 an hour more for that relative position than they do for me. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Thank you.